Yep. All right. Now on to our first scored story of the evening. Harris Daniels to the stage, please.
Woo, Harris!
I really didn't want to go first, but here goes. So I hope this doesn't lose me a point, but this is an I Think I'm Alone story. Back in elementary school, we had recess. I heard they don't really even do that much anymore, but yeah, we got to go outside and play in the playground, and we had an awesome playground where I went to elementary school. Does anybody have the kind of playground where they have the playscape that's got all the parts of tires and like junk heaps and, well, not junk heaps, but you know, lots of old parts of things that you eventually, as you grow up, see like, oh, that's what that is. And so we got to go out every day for about like half an hour, and I had a really small bladder, still kind of do, and so it would have been really smart had I had the foresight before going to recess to make sure that I really emptied out all of the juice and milk and water that I had during my school day up to that point. But I didn't have that kind of foresight, and I was a really, really shy child. So on a particular day, I had gone out and I knew the rules. You're not allowed back in until recess is over. I really should have gone to the bathroom before I went out, but unfortunately I didn't. So I was out there and knew from the very get-go, as soon as my foot stepped on the grits, I had to pee, and I knew I wasn't going to be allowed back in because we had really mean aides. We had aides there who were just basically people who were paid to be mean to us. And, you know, because, you know, we were at school all day, and we had teachers who kind of had to be somewhat understanding and sensitive and nice to children. But the aides, no. Their job was the discipline, to make sure that you go to lunch and you don't enjoy it. You go to recess and you don't enjoy it. And this is a public school. So the aides, and this is like the 80s. This is like around the time that people were starting to tell us in health education and stuff about AIDS as a disease. But I didn't understand it that way. I just thought they were talking about how horrible these mean women were at school. So I was terrified. And oh, I forgot to mention, I had a small bladder and I was pretty much terrified of all women. So the aides were all women, and at the playscape, at the playground, everyone's out, they're playing kickball or basketball, and you know, some of my friends are hanging around talking about Transformers and GoBots or whatever, and I'm just trying to figure out where I can go to pee. Where can I go to pee? Because I'm terrified of even asking the aide if I can go back into school, because I know I'm not going to be allowed to, and you know, who knows what they'll do to me if I show weakness. So I'm out there, and I'm thinking, all right, if I can just, you know, go somewhere where nobody else is playing, nobody else, you know, can see me, somewhere where I think I'm alone, then I can just relieve myself, enjoy the rest of recess, maybe get in a little bit of kickball, and everything will be cool. So I think, okay, well, nobody's really over there on the wooden playscape thing with the half tires. And I was like, the tires? Tires would make a great urinal in a pinch. So I go out over there, away, you know, we're given a little bit of a leash from the aides, and I find a half tire that's kind of hidden behind like a wood panel, and I do what a young boy with a full bladder needs to do. I relieve myself, and it's, you know, as an adult, sometimes you really have to relieve yourself. It's like, ah. Well, at that point, it just felt like the worst thing in the world. Just everything's just really hyperbole when you're a kid, so it's just like the most amazing pee ever. And, you know, it's the tire, and I'm a little bit far away from it. So there's some splashing going on, and you know, that's normal. I didn't figure it would be a problem, but I look over the tire, and there's this girl from my class who was standing in front of the tire, and unfortunately, I think I might have splashed on her a little bit. And she screamed, and she ran, and she got the aid, which made me scream. And I was taken in to see the principal. And to wrap the story up, the principal threatened me with, if this ever happens again, we are going to have the janitor escort you to the bathroom every single time you have to go, just to make sure that you are actually going to the bathroom. and I never did it again.